PIDP 3240 Media Enhanced Learning, conducting online presentation. Prepared for Brandcastle, Vancouver Community College. My name is Lauren Bergen.
Today you're going to see myself demonstrate safe inflation of a new commercial truck tire on a single piece rim. Why safe tire inflation? Tools and equipment for safe tire inflation. Of course, we'll have a tire tech. The tech will wear safety gloves, safety glasses, hearing protection, and steel-toed boots. He's going to have a tire, a single-piece rim, a safety inflation cage, a core tool, and remote gauge inflator. There'll be a valve stem, a valve core, and a valve cap.
Inflating commercial truck tires can be very dangerous. People have gotten really badly hurt and people actually get killed. It's very important that we follow the industry standard and the tire rim manufacturer's process to stay safe and not get injured. Okay, so we're going to start with the tire line horizontally. The reason we start inflating the tire horizontally is it gives it the best seat, the tire the best seat on the rim. So it's going to give the driver the best comfort, it's going to have the best wear, and the tire's going to last a long time. So the first thing, if we look at this here, you can see a large gap here. So what we need to do is seal that gap so we can start building pressure. So what I've done already, I've lubricated the bead and the flange area, so the bead of the tire and the flange here of the rim, okay? And I've removed the valve core out of the valve stem already, okay? I've also, in our bead seating tool right here, I've already put 100 PSI into it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this airline with the clip-on chuck onto the valve stem. And this is a remote inflator, so I can have control of the air going into the tire so we don't end up in a scary situation where we could be in danger of an overinflated tire. Okay, so what I need to do is seat the bead. So I'm going to use the bead blaster for that, or the bead seater. Okay, so I'm just going to put it here, and then hit the button. And as you can see right here, the gap went away. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to inflate this tire to 5 PSI. Okay, so on my gauge here, it says 5 PSI, I'm going to stop inflating. I'm going to remove the air chuck here. I'm going to install the valve cap to maintain the pressure within the tire. In a commercial truck tire, we always go to 5 PSI, never higher. That keeps us safe from any potential hazards of the tire blowing up. And that's what is legal to be unrestrained. So the next step is going to be put the tire in a restraining device. Okay, so the next step is to roll this tire rim assembly into a restraining device, which in this case is a tire cage. So, quick explanation, the tire cage is designed to control the energy if this tire were to rupture or explode, okay? So what I'm going to do next here is I'm going to remove this valve cap, which is holding the 5 PSI. I'm going to install my air chuck. And this air chuck's designed so I can control the air, so anytime I go near the tire, there's not air pressure going into it, and at any time I know what's in the tire. Okay, so I have 5 PSI, I'm going to back up to the full length of this airline, and I'm going to inflate the tire. I'm going to inflate the tire to 20 PSI, stop and inspect. Okay, so here I'm at 20 PSI. I'm going to approach the tire with some caution. I'm just going to be checking the sidewalls for any bulges, ripples, things like that. Looking good. I'm also going to check here for how this tire has seated up on the rim. And there's a little line that gives you a gap here which lets you know about that. Okay, everything looks good. So now I'm going to inflate the tire to the operating pressure, which in this case is 100 psi. And stand back again and start inflating the tire. So what I'm listening for again and I'm watching for bulges, ripples, anything like that where maybe a steel cord or something in the sidewall is going to snap, which is the sign of a zipper rupture or tire rupture explosion. Everything seems good right now. Just kind of looking at both sides still. Okay, so we're showing 100 psi. So I'm going to approach the tire again, do one last inspection. Looking really good. I'm going to install the valve core in the end of the valve stem. Just like that. Install the self-sealing metal valve cap. And that's safe inflation on a new commercial truck tire.